Well, hello there. Welcome into the stream tonight or today if you're watching this on a replay or whenever you're watching this. Dean the Turkey Legster, hold on. I'm Dean the Turkey Legster. This is Let's Talk Turkey, my regular Tuesday night stream, and excited to come to you tonight. Hello to Princess Paula Bell. Welcome in. Tina McNeil, hello. And to Chuck as well, hello. Oh, thank you, Paula. This is a LBV Lake Buena Visitors shirt. Had it for a few years. Main Street Nick, hello. Doing okay tonight. I'll talk a bit about that. Jeanette, hello. Welcome in. Sebastian the Crab, Mary, hello. Excuse me. So, got a couple things that I do want to just offer some of my honest opinions on. Two things that are on the thumbnail that I'll just comment briefly on because by way of the thumbnail, I'm advertised, and I'm going to talk about it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start chatting. Mary, I'm doing pretty good. I have a big week this week, and I will talk about that towards the end of the stream. But thank you all for being here. Great to have everybody in. So on the thumbnail, I've got two things specifically listed. Of course, if you saw the thumbnail, it's got Tiana there with kind of a grumpy face. And thumbnail says Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which is the new the rethemed version of Splash Mountain. About to open in Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney World. Previews are happening this week, and then it opens officially later in a week or so. I think about maybe a week and a half on the 28th, if I remember the date right. Disneyland is still working on theirs. Probably will open in the fall. I don't think they've announced a date, but anyway, Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I have not ridden it. I have actually not been to the parks since March, due to my pass expiring, and so I've only seen videos. Excuse me. I have only seen videos and pictures and stuff on the internet, online of the streams and vlogs of the ride itself, the view of the outside. The last time I was at Magic Kingdom, they still just had the walls up around the ride. So this is just my reactions from what I've seen. I've not been there in person, like I said. So as far as how it looks on the outside, um, I like how it looks. Um, it looks very Bayou-ish, and I think they did a good job transforming that outside look to, to look like you're going through a bayou. The ride itself, well, first of all, what I've seen of the queue looks, the queue line looks like it's been fairly, decently, um, you know, transformed. Um, oh, hey, Cherie, welcome in. Um, hey, Jonathan. Um, and The ride itself, I mean, it's Splash Mountain. It's, a rethemed. So there's nothing new there. You've got the same drops. You've got the same big drop. I think the music on the ride is fun. I think it looks like it looks like for a ride period, it looks like a fun ride. Um, one comment, com- several people have said that um, that it does seem to be lacking with the storyline during the ride. Is not really much of there's no like danger or anything. Dr. Facilier does not show up in the ride. There's no like villain that shows up during the ride, which was it's just kind of a fun ride through the bayou, and you're just kind of singing song, and you're on your way to. Guess you're supposed to be on going to some kind of festival. Maybe it's Mardi Gras or something like that. So anyway, all that to say, it looks like a fun ride. It looks like they could maybe do a little bit more with the story instead of just being going down the bayou kind of a thing. Um, so I mean, it looks like all that to say, it looks like a decent ride overall. I'm still going to maintain that I don't agree with Disney making the retheme change. I think that Splash Mountain should have just been updated. New animatronics. Maybe different songs or whatever. Um, but anyway, that's all under the bridge. I've talked about that on the channel. But we have Tiana's Bayou Adventure now, so that's what I think on that. I do think it's very disappointing in Disney that the ride has already been breaking down during the previews. I really think Disney should really have their stuff together um, when it comes to it's a retheme of a ride. It's not a new ride. They should have been able to upgrade, the ride um, and have it working before they let people start riding it. So that's just kind of my basic thoughts on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It looks fairly decent. I wish they could have it operating more, um, you know, reliably. And I hope they straighten that out going forward. But it's here. The Bayou is here. And yeah. So the other thing, I'm just going to take a minute. The other thing that was on the thumbnail that I did want to comment on is the new, not everyone's into Star Wars, um, but the new series on Disney Plus called The Acolyte. As I've seen mixed reviews on it online, although it's overwhelmingly negative. Um, I have to say I was not thrilled with the first um, couple of episodes. They weren't really Star Wars to me. That's just the story is weird. I feel like it doesn't fit into the Star Wars universe. They're trying to make it. I don't know what they're doing. Trying to put certain stuff into the Star Wars universe, and it doesn't feel like Star Wars. So, um, I watched the first 2 episodes. Oh, hey, Jason, welcome in. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in. Um, so I watched the 2-episode premiere of The Acolyte, and I gave it about a 6 out of 10. Um, on the premiere. When I watched the 3rd episode last week, it really just started going downhill from there. And so that got dropped down to 5 out of 10. Um, um, so I'm gonna watch the new episode. Um, I think the new episodes are coming out on Tuesdays. But I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, and I'm gonna watch the new episode and see how much further we can fall. I'm not expecting it to be any better, and if it's worse, then I'm not gonna continue to watch the series. If somehow it gets better, I might stick it out for the rest of the season. I kind of did that with the other series that they did, the High School Musical series. Um, I watched the first season of the High School Musical, the musical, the series, and I really wasn't that thrilled with that series, the first season, but I finished the first season, and it didn't have the fun sparkle that the original movies did for High School Musical. And the same thing goes with this Star Wars. I've been um, much more excited and thrilled with pretty much all the Star Wars series that have come out on Disney Plus. Obviously, The Mandalorian was a smash hit. They did the Book of Boba Fett. They did Ahsoka. They did Obi-Wan Kenobi. They did Andor. I started watching that the first season. I didn't actually get through. I watched about 3 or 4 episodes. It seemed pretty interesting, but I didn't finish that. But it seemed a pretty good um, thing. But I gotta just have to be honest. This series is not something that I would say deserves the Star Wars um, name. So, oh hey, Space Mountain Dave, welcome in. Hey Dave. So all that to say, right now, the Acolyte, I give it a 5 out of 10. Um, we'll see what happens tomorrow with the new episode, which will be episode 4. And I think, as usual, there are 8 episodes in the season. So anyway, I'm gonna end it there. Acolyte is not great, and I'm being kind of vague about the story and everything. Just in case anyone's actually interested in checking it out. But you'd have to really be into Star Wars, really, um, you know, be stuck for something to watch. Yeah, so welcome in everybody. That's all I'm going to say about that. Something on a more fun note is I realized over the weekend, I saw a post, Disney's Tarzan is celebrating its 25th anniversary as of, I think it was just over the weekend. And I was trying to get myself to do a bonus stream over the weekend. I just could not get myself um, to do it. I was going to do a kind of a celebrating the classic series, kind of what I did last Tuesday, celebrating The Lion King, where I read the story. I did a little trivia game. Read an article that talked about kind of the history of um, The Lion King and all the stuff. But I was going to do kind of the same thing with Tarzan. And so I'm actually kind of doing like Disney does with their new stuff. I've got an idea. I've got a stream series idea in the works. It's in the blue sky phase. And so I'm going to be thinking about that over the next um, uh, few weeks while I'm on a sabbatical. Yeah, Lion King is 30 years old. Tarzan is 25. So, and that just kind of gives you kind of as a reminder of the 90s, how far away we are from the 90s now. I know growing up in the 90s, it was like we were had all these great movies that were coming out. And so all of the movies that were coming out in the 90s, they're getting up there where they're going to be celebrating their 25th, their 30th, and then so let me talk about them. So the series that I want to do, it would take place on Thursday nights when I launch it, and it would basically be a continuation of what I've done, what I did um, last week, where I would specifically do, I would focus on a classic, and I would share trivia about it, do a game, even break out in song and do a little turkey on the stream. So, but I'm not sure what I would call it. And I'd have to look up. They would be each week would be a one of the classics that was celebrating an anniversary. For example, if I was streaming this week on Thursday with the series, I'd probably be doing Tarzan, and then next week I would probably do whatever classic is, celebrating coming out around this time. It may not be right on the date of the anniversary, but it'll be right around the time. And so I'll try to look for, um, you know, when the anniversaries are, and I'll kind of plan out the stream calendar. Um, if there's kind of a blank space where there aren't any, I'll either take a week off and come back the following week, or what I might do is um, interject when there isn't a anniversary happening. I may do Once Upon a Turkey Leg. So a new series will not necessarily replace Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Um, it will, but it won't. Um, but anyway, it's something I will announce that if I decide to move forward with that. I will announce that when I come back. And so, speaking of when I come back, um, you all might know, and I'll go ahead and I'll talk about this um, for a few minutes, as I am heading to have thyroid surgery on Friday. I go to the hospital on Thursday to do pre-op stuff. I'll be staying overnight Thursday night. Surgery is Friday. I'll be staying overnight Friday, and then hopefully, Lord willing, I will be home on Saturday. Then I recover for 2, 3, 4 weeks. So that puts me, into like late July. And then I'm hoping to. Oh, hey, Michelle. Thank you so much. So that puts me on into August at some point, relaunching the channel and the streams. And not just one night a week for on Tuesdays. I will bring back Let's Talk Turkey, and then I will also bring back either Once Upon a Turkey Leg. I might just continue that show on Thursdays as I've done, and or I might there might be a brand new stream and show that I will launch, the probably the following week of whenever I come back. So yes, Jonathan, keep an eye out. Probably the since you're watching this on YouTube, I am going to say I am going to make use of the community tab here on my on Facebook on YouTube here. So watch out for that. If you are connected to me on Instagram, I will do something on there. Um, um, I have been updating the folks that are friends with me on Facebook, but also I'll be updating on my page on Facebook. That's the other thing too. I want to, if you're on Facebook at all, go and like my page. It says Dean the Turkey Legster. And actually, the my link tree has a link to that. But I have become friends with several of you um, just on my personal, you know, um, profile on Facebook. But I want to use my Facebook page, Dean the Turkey Legster, um, a little bit more. So I will be, looking at sharing more Disney news, commenting more Disney news on there more regularly. So go and like my. If you're on Facebook, if you're not on Facebook, that's fine. I'll try to be doing some more stuff on Disney news. Maybe like probably maybe the first or one Tuesday a month. I might do a recap of Disney news, just to kind of be updating people who you may not have a source for Disney news, or you might just want to hear what I have to say about things. Um, so yeah. So tonight's stream is my last stream for um anywhere from 1 to 2 months, probably a month and a half, but we'll see. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Tina. Yes, that is my Facebook. Um, so I'll be doing updates on there as well for my surgery. But the my community tab here, I will definitely be updating. Um, so anyway, that's really all I had in mind. I talked about Diana's, talked about the acolyte a little bit, shouted out Tarzan, talked about new stream idea, my medical sabbatical. I'm just going to be chilling out for a few weeks. When I start feeling better during July, I may try to get out to a couple places around to maybe get some shorts to post. So you may see some shorts pop up here and there, but I'm not promising anything. Or if I find a clip in my phone that I haven't posted, because I don't do great with like recording a whole bunch of things to post later. I'll grab a couple things here and there, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Griswold family vacay. I cannot talk. Hey Danny, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Just chatting here about things. Hope you're doing great. So that's kind of really all I wanted to. That's all I specifically had to talk about. If you guys had any specific questions about anything, if you want me to talk about anything, give me a subject, ask me a question. Um, Appreciate everyone being in here. I may sign off early. Oh, Danny, oh my goodness. Okay. Um, so Danny, I'm sad to hear about that. I had a difficult Father's Day over the weekend because my dad passed 2 years ago, and it it stinks. Um, it's your parents are folks that you are very close to. Not everyone has a great relationship with their parents. I was blessed that I had a good relationship with my dad. It wasn't as great as I would have liked. We were working on that, but it was okay. I have a great relationship with my mom, with my siblings. When you lose a family member, it's kind of like, well, it actually is. It's like an earthquake in your world. You know what happens in the earthquakes out in California. See the videos of highways going here and there and houses tumbling and crap crumbling, you know, or when hurricanes come through. That's what happens when you face a tragedy. And so, you know, um, I'm sorry give it time, Danny. It's an adjustment. The, experiencing the first years of learning how to celebrate the holidays, all the holidays. We've got, we had Father's Day. That was terrible, but all the holidays. It's a process of just grieving, experiencing, life a new way. Um, but cherish the memories and hold on to your family and friends that are there. The people that are reaching out with their sympathies and everything. No one, I won't go on and on, but, no one can walk each person's valley for, nobody can walk your valley, but I think we all walk, can lean on other people during, while we're walking through the valleys. Um, but yeah, um, so I don't, I don't know if you caught it, Danny. I will be I've got thyroid surgery coming up this weekend. So, reach out to me on Instagram though if or anybody. I'm on Instagram a little too much. I'm on Instagram a little too much actually than I need to be. So if you need to reach out to me at all, that's probably the place to do it. Um, I'm almost also going to mention my email address if you all want to reach out to me. I don't check that as much as I need to, but it's just the Turkey Legster at gmail.com. There is a link in my link tree that's in the description of the video. You can reach out to me that way. Um, but actually, I need to check that email. Um, yeah, Tina, thank you. Yeah, I try to post, once in a while there'll be a serious thing, but usually my Instagram posts are just kind of things that'll make you laugh, kind of, they're meant to be humorous. If it seems like it might be humorous, it probably is. Um, but anyway, so yeah, let's see. I'm at 9:30. Um, yeah, so and anyone going through something. I actually went back and forth about what I was going to talk about tonight, and I guess I can maybe go into kind of some thoughts about, and this ties right into what I've just been talking about, um, is just the thought of our lives being a story. It's a whole long story. If you've read any book, you know, I think of some of the, I guess the one kind of epic story that comes to mind is Lord of the Rings, because it's, 3 volumes. It's this huge epic adventure, and you've got chapters in it where you read each chapter about what the characters are doing, and they're continuing on and on. Some of the chapters are maybe a little better. Some of the, towards the end of, further on, it does get a lot darker, but some of the chapters are maybe a little better than the others. And some are really dark. And then towards the end, of course, it's really good. But that's what our lives are like. It's chapters. We have go through chapters where we are walking through storms, walking through fires, walking through valleys, where we're fighting dragons, where we're fighting armies, so to speak. And then we might have better chapters where we're laughing, where we're celebrating, you know, um, things. And then as we get to each chapter, um, we don't forget, you're in a different chapter, doing in a different part of life. But what has happened before has brought you to that moment. And so while you might have a better chapter, you don't forget the what you've gone through on the last chapter. And then, as you go forward through the story, you keep having your darker chapters, your better chapters, your more joyful chapters, and they're all part of the story and they're all important. And at the end of the story, you know, um, your life is made up of all these chapters and all these things that have happened, and without any one of them, your life, your story would have been incomplete. And so whatever you're going through, it's only a chapter. It's not great. They're not all great. Um, but they're part of your story, and there's going to be a different chapter. And some chapters are longer. You might notice that in some books. Some chapters are like 2 pages, and then some chapters go on for ever. But chapters always end. And that's something to think about, something I'm thinking about leading up to my surgery, losing a loved one, um, and then sometimes, um, you're still dealing with what happened in the last chapter. I'm still mourning. I'm going to be mourning my dad for the rest of my life, honestly. But the initial chapter of it just being terrible and, being really emotional, um, I can comfortably say that for me, I got I've moved into a different chapter, but, there's still that chapter. Um, so I was gonna do a whole stream on that, but, hopefully I captured that in the last few minutes, that thought, as I'm, taking a break from the channel for a little bit while I do this, and then, this thyroid chapter surgery is just come about in my story, as I am making a journey, not kind of, I am making a journey to better my health. And I have been working on that since last year. And that's been a chapter, I've been doing that part of my story. And then, so I hope that's made sense. I hope I didn't seem like I was rambling on and on. Jonathan said, each chapter builds and adds to make you who you are and or become. That's very true. Um, oh, thank you, Danny. Yeah, I appreciate that. And prayers go out to you. Like I said, you reach out to me on any of the things that I mentioned. And then Jonathan also said, we go through hard times, but it makes us stronger as we get through it and learn to deal with it. That is true. That's very true. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate all the prayers, everybody. This is my first major procedure I'm going through. First surgery, my first surgery. Um, so, yep. So, with that, anything else you all anything specifically, um, want me to talk about, weigh in on? Do you want me to keep being motivational about anything? I do have a couple of books down here. You want to read a book? I don't have Tarzan though. What I do have, oh, you know what I can do? I have this book still. Okay, guys, we're going to do a game. Another round of oh, thank you, Michelle. Yeah. So let me find, because I do have this book. This is characters. They have little profiles of all the different characters. So while I don't think I have the Tarzan story in this one. Let me see. Storybook collection. Tarzan. I don't have Tarzan. I don't have Tarzan. Okay, so I don't have the story in here. I probably don't even have the Tarzan story. Okay, so here's a book. Here we're gonna go and try to make things a little lighter here. We're gonna do a game called Who's That? I forget what I called it last week. I did it with the Lion King. So once I find Tarzan in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the summary or the little biographical piece about oops, the character, and then you're gonna see if you guys can guess which character it is. Where is Tarzan? Is Tarzan in here? Come stop your crying, it'll be alright. Oh, it's not in here. Why are we not in here? Tarzan isn't in here. It has all the other stories in here. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So pick a Disney classic, any Disney classic except for Tarzan, apparently, and I will do the game based on that. I'll read a couple characters from any. What's your favorite Disney classic movie? Um, this edition was in 2017, so some of the super recent films I won't have. So 2017. Um, Here's an example of some of the stories, some of the movies we could do. We've got Beauty and the Beast. We've got Alice in Wonderland. We've got The Little Mermaid. We've got Sebastian over there. We have Zootopia. We've got Frozen. That is wrong, Tina. Tarzan. I mean, Tarzan. They've got Frozen, so it's not like a timing thing. I could pick one. Oh, that's what I should do. I'll just open up to a random. Let me just open up to a random character. And I'm going to read a random character. You have to guess who it is and where it's from. So we'll do a few of those. All right, let me see here. Okay. You know what? I don't know if that's not a super popular one, so I'm going to skip ahead. Okay. All right, guys. This character, who is this character? It might be a giveaway, but I'm going to try to not read their actual name. So here we go. He is the first and best friend Bambi makes in the forest. Although he is also quite young, Thumper he considers himself wise in the ways of the forest and takes it upon himself to teach the young fawn everything he knows. Unfortunately, his advice, while well-meaning, often gets him and his friends in trouble. He is a playful rabbit. He loves exploring the forest and has an excellent sense of adventure. He also has a good sense of humor, although what he considers to be funny is often perceived by others as mischievous. He is best known for thumping his foot, which is how he claims he got his name. And that's right, yeah. See, the reason it's hard to leave out their name is because it's right in the text. So you kind of have to play with the words to kind of rephrase it. But yep, that was Thumper. Okay, let's see the next one. Oh, okay. All right. Here's another on the theme of best friends. Here we go again. He is Ariel's best and most loyal friend. He loves to explore the depths of the ocean with her and collect human treasures. Like Ariel, he is fascinated by human objects and longs to know what they do. He is easily frightened, but he is also capable of great bravery. As long as the source of the danger he fears isn't too close. He loves Ariel and would follow her anywhere, including to the surface. In fact, he helps her reach land when she trades her voice for legs. He may be little, but he has a big heart. That is correct. I see the character. Tina, Danny, Mary. Yep. Jonathan. Yep, it is Flounder. I didn't show you Thumper's picture, but here it is. Yep, it's Flounder. It is Flounder. Let me go back and show you Bambi's picture because he's really cute. A cool bunny. He's a cool bunny. Cool bunny. There's Thumper. Aw, look at that little bunny face. All right. Okay. Next one. Next one. Oh, here we go. Ready? Okay. Smart, fast, and capable. She is Peter's sidekick. She is coquettish, pouting, jealous, and spiteful, but also caring and protective when it comes to Peter. She sends word to the lost boys to shoot down the Wendy bird that is on her way to Peter's hideout, and she is later punished for her jealous nature when Peter sends her away. Tricked by Hook, she does everything she can to save Peter before it's too late. She only speaks in jingles, which the residents of Neverland oh, she only speaks in jingles which the residents of Neverland are able to understand. That is correct. See it in the chat here. It is Tinkerbell or Tinkerbell. Let me read this section. They've got a nice little did you know section, some bonus facts. In 2010, Tinkerbell was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Very interesting. Tinkerbell, also here's another one. Tinkerbell has become one of the main mascots for the Walt Disney Company, one of its most popular and iconic characters. She has her own spin-off movie series and appears in the opening credits of Disney movies. All right, let's do one more character as we sign off. All right, let's do a character from this movie. All right. I don't know if this is going to be too easy, but here we go. She is a bright, resourceful, enterprising 19-year-old who has big dreams of one day opening her very own New Orleans restaurant. Inspired by her late father, she knows everything about cooking and running a business, but she still faces enormous obstacles. She works multiple waitressing jobs, saving every penny with no time for romance or any kind of social life, determined to overcome all trials and tribulations and see her dream come true. It is only when she is accidentally turned into a frog that she learns that love is as important as hard work. Later, as a princess, she lives with her husband, Prince Naveen, and runs her very own restaurant, Tiana's Palace. Splash Mountain. It is Tiana. Um, it is Tiana. And so, yeah, very fun. All right. Well, we're getting on up to 10 o'clock, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off for this stream. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you, everyone for being here. I appreciate you all coming in when I'm live and supporting me as I've have on the banner here. Um, Thank you so much for um, your supporting of my YouTube journey. As I've done this, I'm not done. It's just a break. I'm going to take care of a thing and I'll be back in a few weeks. So stay tuned for that. Um, Thank you for the prayers. And Danny, I will keep you in my prayers. And there's other people in our community. If you happen to watch this on the replay that I've not seen in here, that I've got on my mind that I know are dealing with things and facing things, walking through our valleys and, you know, going through our chapters. Um, yeah. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, bop the like button. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments. Um, and yes, go check out the Hitchhiking Bones. There's the link. Hitchhiking Bones are coming up here. They'll be live uh, in just a few minutes at the top of the hour. And tell them Dean says gobble gobble. And so with that, you all take care, and I'll see you next time. Have a gobble-tastic night.